Hello, good morning or good day. This is your teacher Joe, and we are to discuss or we are to introduce understanding culture, society, and politics. So, um, the course Understanding Culture, Society, and Politics is a core subject for grade 12 senior high school students. This will be taken by all senior high school students regardless of specialization, track, or strand. So what does the course offer? So what does UCSE or Understanding Culture, Society, and Politics all about? So UCSE or Understanding Culture, Society, and Politics is a collection of articles from the disciplines of anthropology, political science, and sociology to shed light on Philippine and global cultural, social, and political realities. So what does that mean? So it means that um, this is the course would want to open your eyes to the different or varied cultural, social, political realities and their impact to individual or group life. The effects of this to you as an individual and to your everyday life. Okay, so the general objective of understanding culture, society, and politics is one, view the world in terms of the intersection of private lives and the larger social and historical context. So um, this would want you to see the connection or relationship between the individual person and the broader workings of the society. Two, Number two is to introduce the biological, genetic, geological, and geographical processes that powered human evolution through the birth of civilization. So, this one concerns the lengthy process of man's evolution or change by the time he existed up to this present or up to the present. Number three, look at how individuals learn culture and become competent members of society through enculturation or socialization. So this one is a question of how do we become socially competent? How do we become contributing members of the society? So we should be able to learn culture through enculturation and socialization. Number four, explore our membership in particular social groups and bring us to the topic of social structure or the organized aspect of social life. So, what does this mean? This means that we have to learn our membership. We have to search for our membership or what groups or institutions do we belong and how our roles or functions or what our roles and functions do we play in that certain group. Number five. Number five is introduce students, that's you, to the realities of social stratification or the hierarchical arrangement of members of society, usually according to wealth, power, and prestige. So this one is basically to open up your eyes to the realities that there is inequality, that that people are not equal. So that social stratification exists, or people are categorized in groups basing basing on functions like wealth, education, race, social status, gender, etc. And then, okay, so those were general the general objectives of the course. Now we go to the introduction. We have one, the learning competencies or the learning competencies for the lesson one. So the learning competency would be discuss the nature, goals, and perspective in slash of anthropology, sociology, and political science. So why do we have to tackle these three disciplines of social science? Basically, these are the disciplines that are the foundation of this course. Okay. Now, we have to define first, the first discipline, that is anthropology. So, what is anthropology? In its etymology, anthropology comes from two Greek words, anthropos, which means man, and logos, which means study. So, literally, it means the study of man. Now, formal definition would be anthropology, regarded, regardless as the child of colonization, is a science discipline or branch of knowledge which deals with the scientific study of man, his work, his body, his behavior, and values in time and space. Another definition is it is the scientific study of physical, social, and cultural development and behavior of human beings since their appearance on Earth. The central concern in anthropology is the study of man. Man is not only the measure of all things, but it is the main focus and unit of investigation and analysis in this field. Man is Man is studied and analyzed regardless of color of the skin, the nature of this commitment to ideology, or other level of this technological advancement. So what does anthropology is? What is anthropology? Basically, it is the study of man, the changes that occurs in man physically, no? The physical endowment of man, physical features, and also his cultural behavior, meaning to say what changes from what changes in behavior has occurred to him before and up to this time. Okay. So the center of interest of anthropology is culture, and that's why we have anthropologists, because understanding culture, society, and politics. Diba? Now, Edward Burnett Taylor, the father of anthropology, was the first to study culture. Culture is defined as a complex whole encompassing knowledge, experience, beliefs, values, morals, attitudes, meanings, and material objects and possessions acquired by people in the course of generation through individual and group struggle. So, culture is basically a way of life. Um, from the time you open your eyes in the morning up to the time you close your eyes in the evening, all in between is culture. All in between that happen from the time you wake up and up to the time you sleep are all culture. The things you think, the things you do, the things you eat are all culture. So basically, what you do all day is culture. Now, what are the goals of anthropology? The main objectives of anthropology. Why do we have to study anthropology? So, anthropologists are interested in one, seeking to answer an enormous variety of questions about humans. So, we know that Anthropology is the study of man. So all aspects or uh, many facets of human existence is studied in anthropology. And then discovering the when, where, and why humans appeared on Earth and how and why they changed since then. So this number two is basically the evolution of man. So discovering when did man appear on Earth, where, the location, and why humans appeared on Earth, the purpose maybe of man, no? And how and why they changed over time. Why they change maybe physically, or the physical feature of man changes from the time they appeared, no, through time they change physically, and not only physically but also behaviorally. Okay, and then the how and why modern population vary in certain physical features. So we talk about here race. So why modern but why modern population vary in certain physical features? Why they are white or Caucasoid? Where why there are Negroid? Why there are Mongoloids or the yellow race? Okay, why are we different in physical features? Why are there people who are taller or people who are shorter? Okay, so basically, this is it. Okay, now the, the how and why societies of the past and present have varied in their customary ideas and practices. Okay, so this one is the difference, maybe, no? The comparative study of the past and present civilization. Okay, and then we go to the sub-disciplines or the branches of anthropology. So there are two general subdivisions of anthropology. We have physical anthropology and we have cultural anthropology. We begin with physical anthropology. So what is physical anthropology or biological anthropology? Physical anthropology deals with man's biological foundation, race, evolution, racial classification, and differentiation. It concentrates on the study of physical characteristics of man by which biological changes occurs. Okay, so you know what physical is. So your features, your looks, no, are all physical or biological. So what we study in physical anthropology would be how we look, our color, our race, okay, our physical endowment and features. Okay? That is the concerns of physical anthropology. Okay, and the changes that occurs with it. Okay? Now we have subdisciplines. Okay? So we have one racial history. Um, Racial history is the study of the nature of races. Okay? So, what is inherent in some races? So, when you say the Caucasoid, they are white, Negroid, they are considered black, and the Mongoloid are considered the yellow race. These are the Chinese, the Koreans, the Japanese. Okay, and then we have paleontology. Paleontology is the study of the origin of man, from the word paleos and okay, from the word paleo, okay, which means old. So this one is the origin of man, where man came from. So there are many theories of where man came from. So this is their primary concern. And then we have the human genetics. Human genetics is the study of the various ways of inheritance that take place in man. So human genetics is what you inherit from your parents. The study of no, um, the study of how genes is passed through or is passed from the parents to its offsprings. Okay, so there are many things you inherit from your parents, like the looks, physical looks. Okay, what else? Some characteristics, no? Some um, characters, and even illnesses are inherited. Okay, like diabetes is inherited, like hypertension is inherited, like allergies, no? Like, okay, your not only your physical feature or your characters, but there are many things that are inherited from your parents. Okay, and then we have cultural anthropology. What is cultural anthropology? Cultural anthropology or social anthropology describes and analyzes economic life, community organization, family life, clans, secret society, government and law, magic, religion, arts, and all forms of cultural behavior. Like, like what I have said, culture is a complex whole which encompasses knowledge, beliefs, um, values, laws of a man. It is a product of a group life. Um, when we talk about cultural anthropology, we talk about the product of a group life. That when people group themselves, that when people interact or when people associate um, with one another, forms a pattern of behavior called culture. Okay. Now we have subdivisions of cultural anthropology. We have ethnography. So ethnography is a pure description of the culture of people or an ethnic group. And then we have ethnology. Ethnology is the analysis, comparison, and contrast of the cultures of people. And then we have social anthropology. Social anthropology is the evolution about social conduct based on ethnography and ethnology. Okay, so ethnography, ethnology, and social anthropology, they are interconnected. Okay, so and then we have archaeology. It refers to the study of man's culture and society in the past, and that's why archaeologists dig and search for fossils, for human remains, okay, for uh, material cultures or material used in the past, no, to prove the or to prove or to study the life of people in the past. And then we have linguistics, refers to the study of recorded and recorded language all over the world. Okay, so basically, linguistics, the study of human language. Okay, so I think this is it for now. Um, we have to expound more on anthropology for the next discussions. So next would be sociology. So for now, this would be enough, I guess, for the first video that I would show you. Okay.